Being a believer in Jesus Christ and surrendering my life to Him is the best decision that I have ever made in my life. As I think back to being 9 years old, right? I mean, my life was not dramatically different than before Christ, but at 9 years old, I recognized that I was a sinner and that I needed Jesus through His death and resurrection to save me. And as I repented from my sin, as I turned away from them, as I trusted Jesus for salvation, something that only He can provide, I look back at that moment and I realized that my life was no longer the same, that I was living a changed life brought forth only through the Son, Jesus Christ, through His death and resurrection. I'm eternally grateful for it. When I think back to being 9 years old, I did not realize and recognize what exactly that meant for my life. But what I do know is that life change started at that moment. And it was over the next few years that God would reveal to me what exactly that meant for my life as He was changing me, as He was molding me back into God's image day by day, as He uses the Holy Spirit to equip and empower me. And as I think back to being 14 years old, one of the biggest changes in my life was at 14. I had to get rid of something in my life, something that I loved dearly, that I enjoyed, that even to this day I enjoy, right? But what I recognized was that I had an idol in my life, and that idol was baseball. Was baseball wrong? Is it bad? No, it's not. I love it, even to this day. But what I recognized is that there was something in my life that was elevated above God, therefore making it an idol. And baseball was an idol in my life. And at the age of 14 years old, I decided and recognized that if my life was going to be changed, if I was going to continue to follow after Jesus, if I was going to be faithful, that baseball was going to have to just put on a standstill. Deep down, I hoped that that was just a temporary change, and I hoped it was just for a season, but it wasn't. It was something that God was going to permanently purge from my life so that I was able to fully follow after Him. And I look back at those pivotal years of my life, and I recognize now that God had a different calling in my life, a calling that was different. It was changed from what I thought it would be. See, I just wanted to be a professional baseball player. That's what I cared about. But God has the power to give us new passions and new desires as we think of Ephesians chapter 4, putting off the old self and putting on the new self. And part of that new self, part of the moment of salvation as God equips me and changes me, was removing that idol from my life and replacing it with something very good. And I'm thankful, and I look back at that day, and I'm thankful that Jesus used that moment in my life to call me to Himself in a way that I never dreamed of. I'm thankful, I'm grateful to be able to have the privilege of being a pastor at Kingsland Baptist Church that works with students in outreach. I'm thankful for that. But I look back at the last couple years and I just see change, right? I see life change. Every single day I'm a new person, right? I'm different every single day. Do I fail? Yes. Do I fall? Yes. Am I perfect? No. But what I can tell you is that I serve a King who is perfect, who lived the life that I never could dream of living, and He died the death that I should have died. And because of that, I am able to be changed for all eternity. I'm a dad of 3 kids, a husband of a beautiful wife, Amanda. And I think back to just those couple of changes. Am I perfect in those? Am I perfect being a husband? Am I perfect being a dad? No. But every single day I hope and I dream to be a better dad, a better father. And that's something the Holy Spirit equips me to be able to do day by day. And I'm trusting Him to help me in those areas of my life as I seek to faithfully pursue Him, but also to be the best dad and best husband that I could ever be. My life is not the same as it was 15 years ago. In fact, my life is not the same as it was 2 weeks ago. God is working day by day in my life, and I am thankful that He uses the Spirit in my life to bring forth this change in my life. My name is Justin Bevel, and I am thankful that I am changed.